end, do not start the recording at your end. Otherwise, it will cancel my recording and start your recording. So we have the multiple recording section for the same class. Okay, so let me start at my end. Do not start at your end. Otherwise, we have the multiple recording session and you will get confused. Okay, so make it as a one recording session. Okay, so last time, let me call everyone. I will not waste you much more time. Okay, so let me last time call everyone because today is a demo class and I want to attend everyone. So let me call everyone actually. Give me a few more minutes. After that, we can start quickly. Yeah. Done. So, guys, can you see my screen? Clear? My voice is audible?
Yes, Vikas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So let me, regarding this course, what are the things I will cover, right? Let me say that point. Um, Guys, you can mute your camera and the audio. Whenever you have any query, then raise your hand. I will give the answer. Okay. So this course is regarding API testing. API testing. In API testing, guys, you can see. Sir, you can mute your camera. It's disturbing the class actually. Sir, please mute your camera and the audio. Whenever you have any query, then let me know. Then please mute your camera, sir, or audio. Give me a second. Still, I can see the noise of other person. This one is not muted. Guys, please mute your camera, audio. This one. Okay, fine. So as part of this course, this course is regarding the API testing first, okay, where we will cover the manual testing, manual testing from gathering the requirement to the end, okay, and the second thing is automation testing. Automation testing. So automation testing. So both manual and the automation testing will use the will use will use Postman tool. We'll use Postman tool. Okay. Both for manual and the automation testing, we'll use the Postman tool. In the automation testing, we'll use JavaScript to write the code. To write the JavaScript code. Okay. And the third point is this class is will be the live class. The live class. Okay. Fourth point is every live class I will provide you the recording session. Every live class I will provide you the recording session. Now the fifth point. Okay. Fifth point is whenever you can miss any of the class, you can watch the recording session. Watch the recording session. Now the fifth point is, guys, you can mute. This class is basically Monday to Friday. Guys, please mute. Monday to Friday. 8 timing is the timing is the time is 8:30 morning time IST time 8:30 to 9:30 IST time, right? And after the 9:30 to 9:30 to 10 o'clock we have the doubt classes. Okay, let's suppose we completed your regular class 8:30 to 9:30. If you have any query regarding while doing your practice or you need any support, right? So that things we will discuss after the class, that is 9:30 to 10 o'clock. If you don't have any query, then you can quit the call and you can continue your work. Okay, if you have query, then you can continue the call and you can discuss with me. You can discuss with me. Okay, and the next point is will provide you will also work on the interview preparation. Okay, so for the interview preparation, whenever the topic will get completed, we'll also discuss the interview question, not at the end of the course. My teaching strategy is totally different. Not at the end of the course. Whenever we complete any of the topic, we'll also discuss the real-time interview question. Okay. Now, the project, how many project I will take, to do the practice. So we'll use, guys, you can please mute. We'll use 4 to 5 projects. We'll work on 4 to 5 projects. Okay, we'll work on 4 to 5 project. The rest project we will work. Okay, and we'll do the practice. Okay, now the next point is let's suppose you done the payment for this batch. Okay, you done the payment for this batch, right? And due to some reason you could not continue the class. You could not continue the class, so you can attend the next batch also. But it is 1 or 2 times only. Okay, so let's suppose you done the payment and due to some office work, due to some reason you could not, you attended only 5 to 10 class, you miss 4 to 5 class, and you don't want to record, don't want to watch the recording session. In that case, you don't have to worry. In the next month, when I start the the new batch, so in that batch you have to communicate with me, and then I will add you in that batch. Even in this batch, some of the students are from the previous batch because due to some reason they could not attend the class. Okay, so you can attend the next batch also. Okay, now what is the duration of this course? The duration is 32. The duration of this course is 32, almost maximum 30 to 35 hours or 40 hours, between 35 to 40 hours actually. Okay, now how much months it will take? If we talk about the months, so it will take 1.5 months, almost even more than that. 1.5 months. Okay, now the 13 point is we will work on real time project. Okay, right? Now the next thing is, let's suppose you are coming from the non-technical background. You are not or you are fully manual background. You don't know anything regarding the automation testing, and you don't know anything regarding the coding. You are zero in the coding. Let's suppose you don't know Java, JavaScript, C#. Now the question is this course that anyone can do this course or not? Right? This course anyone can do it. Even you don't know the the API concept, even you don't know the coding concept, do not worry. It's my responsibility to teach you actually. Okay, if you are zero in the code, so it's my responsibility to teach you JavaScript from basic level. JavaScript is a huge concept, guys, huge concept, but we will only look at which are the required to do the automation testing. So anyone can do it, this course. So if no pre-request is there, to learn this course.
Rampa call to
Pre-request is there.
all over
Guys, you
me
can mute.
the call
No
to
pre-request is there. Now, the next point is, what is the scope of this course? What is the scope of this course? Scope of this course. What is the scope of this course? Okay. So let me tell you one thing. I think 4 to 5 years back, if you go 4 to 5 years back, then in at that time market was totally different, guys. In every IT company, for manual team was separate, automation team was separate, the backend team was separate, the performance team was separate, the database team was separate, like that, 4 to 5 years back, right? The manual team is doing their work and the automation team is doing their work, and also even in the based on the language, the separate team was there, right? 4 to 5 years back, right? Now, oh, okay, sir, if you are not able to see the screen, you can rejoin the call. Rejoin the call. Otherwise, you can click on my icon here and then you can see the screen. So I will suggest you quickly rejoin the call. You can see my screen. If anyone facing issue, not able to see my screen. Okay. So yeah, so the scope of this one is, now the market is totally changed. I think if you notice, now every IT company, they are searching the gems bound. They are searching gems bound. Actually, you have to know the manual testing also, you have to know the automation testing also, you have to know the API testing also, you have to know the performance testing also. Tell me if I am wrong. If you are searching the job, tell me why you are upgrading your profile, because the market is totally changed. Market is totally changed. If you are only working on the manual testing, now your job is insecure, right? So you want to upgrade the things. I know the company are giving the manual tasks, or mix up of the things, manual and the automation, like 70% is automation, 30% is the manual. But you have to know the automation testing, you have to know the UI automation testing, you have to know the backend testing, that is API testing, you have to know the performance testing. Now the expectation is, from single resource, they want everything. They want everything. I think in the Naukri.com, if you are searching job, most of the company, they need the API tester, the main requirement as an additional requirement. So somewhere they have written, if you have the API testing, then it is good. Then that your profile will take it as a priority. So the scope is more in the market. Scope is more. Most of the IT company, they nowadays having the API project. The API project. Most of the company. So the API testing and the performance testing. These two are boom in the market. Most of the company, they want these two profile. The API tester and the performance tester, they want guys. So basically, I'm the API tester. I'm giving the training of API testing using the Postman tool, and also Saturday, Sunday, I'm giving the training of the JMeter, like performance testing. Okay, these two course I am providing. Okay, yeah, guys. Now tell me the question if you have any question regarding this point. Now it's your turn. And one more thing, guys. One more thing, let me clear. As part of this course, if you are not satisfied, then I will not proceed further. My teaching style is totally different from the other one. If you are not satisfied, I will not proceed further until unless you have to satisfy. I will not proceed further. Okay. If you are get satisfied, you feel confident, then you can proceed. And one more last point, which I forget. Then you have the one question that after taking this course, how much experience can I show to the interviewer, to the company? So you can show your experience as a 3 years of the experience, more than 3 years. More than 3 years of the experience, you can show it. After taking of this course, if you do the practice well, if you do the practice 100%, then you can show the experience as a 3 years, more than 3 years of the experience, not as a fresher, not as a fresher, guys. Right? I will teach you this layer. I have 3 layer actually, from basic layer, and then the mid layer, okay, and then the advanced layer. Advanced layer. This 3 layer I have. So we'll start from the mid level, move to the we'll start from the basic level, then move to the mid level, and then the advanced level. Okay. So I have get how many days we can access the recording session. Okay, so how many days? Actually, the recording session will get dumped into this this Skype group, so you can download that recording session. It is available for the 30 days. It is available for the 30 days. You can watch it. Okay, if you want to download, you can also download and put it in your local machine. Okay, now the second query, which I duration of the performance testing, sir. So duration of the performance testing is 40 hours, more than 1.5 months. Saturday, Sunday, Saturday is 2.5 hours and Sunday is 2.5 hours. So weekly 5 hours class. Okay. Any other question? You can ask me, sir. You can unmute and you can ask me the question if you have. After that, we can proceed for the demo class. Okay. Okay, basic, mid, advanced, all in this training are, yeah, all this I will teach you. The manual stuff, the automation stuff, and the coding stuff. All these 3 I will teach you. From gathering the requirement, collecting the requirement, mapping the requirement, creating the test case, applying the scenario, and then executing the scenario, how to connect with the server, how to write the automation script, how to execute, how to generate the report, how to integrate with the Jenkins pipeline like CI/CD and generate the report. That I will cover you when I explain the content, right? Any other question, or could I proceed the demo class? Yeah, you can. Yeah, actually I have not on my camera, so you can't see me actually. Okay. So it's not necessary to see me. Okay. So yeah, any question, guys, then let me know. Until now, I have trained more than 500 students. More than 500 students, actually. And all the classes I am taking live class on Skype, actually. Okay. Any question regarding this point, or I can proceed further?
Yeah, I asked, can we install in our system that you're not?
What you want to install, sir?
This API settings.
Yeah, the
Yes,
same. That I will guide you, sir. Don't worry.
you can
Everything I
do.
will guide you.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. You don't have to worry.
So
Yeah,
we
the next question.
I might miss some classes due to my work timings. So do we get the recording session end of the class or?
Yeah, every the live class, I will provide you the recording session, right? You can go and watch. So even I will not provide. When I here you can see recording session will get started. When I quit this call, when I end this call, recording session will get dumped into this group. This is Skype group. You can
Okay,
watch
that's
it
great.
from here.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Even you
Yeah.
don't have to ask me provide the recording session. This recording session will common in this group. Anyone can watch who is in this group. Okay.
And as you said, we can download and run our system also, right?
Yeah, you can download also.
Okay, you can guide us later. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Okay. Okay, let me start then. Okay, could I go? Okay, so let me start. So the web, first we try to understand. Generally, we all are the tester. Even in my class, they have the 15 years experience also. They are having the from different countries. They are connecting with my classes actually. Okay, I'm not too much famous, but my teaching style is totally different. What I will provide you, you can easily grab the thing. That I can ensure you. That I can say confidently, right? So let's try to understand and one more thing, guys. All the testing related document I will provide you. That I forget. The interview questions, the API document, recording session, and all the related file which are which require to do the manual and the automation testing. I will provide you. You don't have to worry, right? Now, let's try to understand what are the types of the testing, right? So generally, we have two types: front-end testing and the back-end testing. If you talk about the types of the testing generally, but we have the multiple ones. But in general term, if you talk about, right, we have front-end and the back-end, right? So if you talk about the front-end testing, what did you mean by the front-end testing? The front-end testing means which have the presentation layer, which have the user interface. That is the front-end testing. So let's suppose we are using Make My Trip. Okay, Make My Trip site. We are using Make My Trip. So this is the GUI, the graphical user interface. The user can see it. User can perform the action, right, which is directly interacting with the user. Let's suppose I want to book flight. I can go to the flight section and book the ticket. So it is directly interacting with the user, right? It's showing the graph, table, chart, or the designing part, right? So this particular application having the graphical user interface, having the presentation layer, different layer, right? So which user can directly interact, right? That is known as the front-end testing. Front-end testing. Let's suppose I'm giving you not Flipkart, not Make My Trip, the Flipkart. If I take Flipkart, right? This is also the GUI, the graphical user interface, which user is interacting, right? So you will, in some of the project, you will get this type of things, right? You will get the application and you will do the testing. That is the GUI project, the UI project, user interface project. That is the front end testing, the UI testing, right? If you are working on the banking project, so they will provide you the banking project and they will ask you to do the testing. So, right? So this is the front end testing in simple language, right? And we have the back end testing. Back-end testing means in the back-end testing, we have the different types of the testing, like SQL testing, which user is not interacting. Can user is interacting with SQL testing? Means end user, like the end user means your client, like your client means public. You can say public. So if user using the Flipkart, Make My Trip, ICCI.com, he is running the SQL command here? No, right? So the things which user can't see, right, that comes under the backend testing, the SQL testing, and then API testing, the web service testing, and the non-functional testing, like security testing, like performance testing. That comes under the the backend testing, right, which comes under the backend testing. Right here I have written the differences, right? The front end testing is always performed on the GUI, that is graphical user interface, right? And in the backend testing, we are generally involving the database or business logic. We are doing the business logic. So if I take the one example, let me go to the make my trip. If you inspect this element, right click and inspect, right click and inspect, right? If I hit go to the network section, if I hit this particular URL, let's suppose the user hit this particular URL, right? So you can see it here. When I hit this particular make my trip service, it connecting here. Let me go at the top, go to the network section. Here you can see the make my trip, it connecting with this base URL, this host server, the host server, right? So this is considered as a backend testing. The backend testing, I will explain you more about the backend testing, where we are testing the data related stuff. Okay, that is not directly interacted by the user, right? That things is done by the company only. The company is doing, the company employee is doing, and this is used by the end user. The end user will not run the SQL query. The end user will not go and check the backend stuff. Okay, so the backend testing, generally we don't have the GUI. In the front end testing, you can see unit testing we are doing, acceptance testing we are doing, regression testing we are doing, system testing we are doing. In the backend testing, we have SQL testing and the API testing. Okay, let's come to, this is all about the high level, right? Let's come to understand what is the web service, and this course is regarding the web service. Let's try to understand what I'm going to explain you. If you understand that particular things, that you are expert, you are expert guys. I can give you the guarantee you are the expert in the web service. Let's try to understand the concept. Okay, let me open one application, draw.io. Let's try to understand what is the web service actually. What did you mean by the web service? Okay, let's suppose I'm too much hungry. I am hungry. My name is Vikas Kumar Shah. I'm too much hungry. So what I'm doing here, I will go to the hotel. I will come to the hotel. Let's suppose this is the hotel, okay, or restaurant, right? Where because I am too much hungry, I want to take the food, right? I come to the hotel. Vikrant, I think you have to rejoin the call, sir. Could you please rejoin and again see the screen? If you are not able to see it, you can rejoin, please. Quickly, you can rejoin and let me know you are able to see my screen or not. Because if you join late, sometime you have the issue, you can't see the screen. Please let me know, are you able to see my screen? Can you confirm? Can you see my screen now? Vikrant? Vikrant sir, can you see my screen?
No, sir. No.
Okay, let me reshare my screen then. I'm stop sharing my screen and I will reshare. And then please let me know. In 1 or 2 classes you will face this type of issue. Now tell me. Now you can. Can you see my screen? Can you see the screen, sir? Bhanudas, please rejoin the call. After that, you can see my screen. rejoin the call. Vanu, you can rejoin the call. After then, you can see the screen. You can see the screen. Otherwise, you can click on my icon, this icon, the my photo icon at the top. You can see. If you click on that, you will see my screen. Otherwise, two options. You can rejoin the call, and otherwise you can click my name.
Okay. Here, even we are not able to see that one. Previously, we used to see the screen. Yeah, now we are able to see. Okay.
I think Kursulu माझा
Vikas, we are not able to hear anything from you.
Now it's audible.
Yeah, now it's on.
Okay, fine. And I believe everyone can see my screen. If you are not able to see my screen, please quickly rejoin and mute. Okay. So this is, I'm too much hungry. I'm too much hungry. I come to the hotel and in the hotel, we have the kitchen. We have the kitchen, and in the kitchen, the chef is preparing the food, right? So I come to the hotel and there is not, there is self-service, right? So what I can do, I come here in the hotel and I am so much hungry. So I need burger and the pizza, right? So I come to the hotel kitchen, right? And given my order that I need one burger and one pizza and one cold drink, right? So the hotel kitchen, like chef, what he is doing, he will start preparing the food, right, for you. And when the food is get ready, then you will again come to the, you will take the food, and come back to your seat, right? And you can take the food, right? So again, I'm explaining. I am too much hungry. I come to the hotel and I come to the hotel kitchen and given my order like one burger, one pizza, and one cold drink. Right. After that, the kitchen chef prepared the food for me, and I again come back to the hotel. Again come back to the hotel. Sorry. Again come back to the my table and taken the food. Right. So, let me introduce one new person here who make the things very easy. I don't want to go to the kitchen and, make the queue, and then my number will come and then give the order, then again wait there and take the food. I don't want to do that. So let me make these things very easy. So let me introduce one person. That person name is waiter. The person is waiter. So let me introduce the waiter. Okay, I have introduced the waiter here. Okay, so waiter. So what waiter will do? So what waiter will do? Any customer will come. He will come to the customer seat and he is asking to the customer that how can I help you, sir? right? And the customer is giving his order like one pizza, one burger, and one cold drink, right? Now the waiter will take the order and come to the kitchen and give that order to the chef, right? Now the now now what happened? What happened? The kitchen, right? So waiter come to the customer seat and take the order and get the food, and again come back to the customer seat and serve the food, right? So tell me what waiter is doing here. What is the work of waiter here? So can I say waiter is making the communication between the customer and the kitchen? Can I say like that? He is making the connection between the customer and the kitchen. Can I say like that or not? He is the mediator, the third person. Can I say? Okay, yes, right? We can say the hotel is the mediator, right? Give me a second, guys. So hotel is the mediator, right? Now it is known as a web service. Clear. Now it is known as a web service. So this waiter is nothing but it is a web service. Web service. It is known as a web service. This is the work of web service, guys. If you understand the waiter, then you can also understand the web service. Okay, so what the web service is doing, let's suppose this is the application 1, application 1, application 1, or device 1, or device 1, device 1. Okay, and this is the application 2, the application 2, sorry, let me put it here, application 2 or device 2. Okay, where it is gone? Okay, again let me type application 1. Can I say the web service is making the communication? If you talk about the technical term, the web service is making the communication between the application 1 and the application 2, between the device 1 and the device 2. Can I say the web service is making the communication? The web service is making the communication between the two devices, between the two applications, and establishing the connection. If web service is not there, then how can they establish the connection, right? So we need one mediator. We need one mediator who can make the communication between application 1 and application 2. Application 1 and application 2, right? So guys, one basic question I'm asking you, one very basic question. Let's suppose my hotel name is hotel name is Taj Mahal. Okay, in this hotel, right, different persons are coming, like different language person, like Hindi, Gujarati, Tamil, Telugu, Marathi, Malayalam, English, Hindi, right? Some other countries also, like French, Russian, right, Nepalese, right, and some other countries person also, right? So guys, tell me, if other country person is coming to in this hotel, can't give the order, and the chef will not prepare the food for them? So what is the help, what is the meaning of web service? He is the mediator, no matter in which language you are. right? If you know English, then waiter will, understand the things and they will communicate with the kitchen, with the chef. If you understand only Hindi, then waiter will help you to take the order and communicate with the chef. If you are, let's suppose the chef only know Hindi, not any other language, they know only Hindi, not even, they don't know Hindi or English only, they don't know Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu, Marathi, and French, and French and Russian, they don't know apart from Hindi and English. Okay, so let's suppose in your hotel the Tamil person will come here, right? Tamil person will come. When the Tamil person will come, so this web service, this waiter will help, to take the food, and take the food and come to the kitchen, and he will convert that thing, and in Hindi or English, and they communicate in the they communicate with the kitchen, and they will give the order, right? So can application 1 and application 2 is making the communication, even you are in any language, with the help of web service. Can I say you are in any language, doesn't matter in which language you are, you can able to establish the connection between application 1 and application 2 using the help of web service. Can I say? I am taking the daily life example. I will also come to the technical point. Okay, now let's try to understand, convert the whole thing as a technically. This is the very daily life example. Okay, convert the same thing practically. Okay, let's suppose you are using the Make My Trip service, Make My Trip. Okay, when I trying to book the ticket, from Delhi to Mumbai in the date of 16, and when you click on search, can you see it here? Can you see it here that different companies, airline companies result displayed here? Different, like Indigo, AirAsia, Go First, and Go First is the new one. I have never heard. Okay, no problem. And Vastara and Indigo, SpiceJet. So the different airline companies display in the search result with different fare and the time. Now you have the question. That how this Make My Trip getting the data of this different companies like Indigo, AirAsia, and Go First, and how they are making the communication. Let's try to understand this concept. Okay, let me draw one picture. Okay, let's suppose this is the Make My Trip. Okay, Make My Trip, right? And when you search the result, the different company, the different flight details are coming in the response. Okay, let's try to understand AirAsia and Air India, SpiceJet. Okay, and here you can say Indigo, right? Let me establish the connection. Between this flight companies. Okay,
API testing.
guys, you can mute, please.
Directly
So let me establish the connection here. Okay, So the when you search any search result here like Mumbai to Delhi and select the date, right? And right, different flight companies details are coming here. Different flight companies details are coming here, right? Now, now, now the things is how these companies are making the communication. Okay, let's try to understand how the market is working actually, how in real time market is working. So what, how these companies are working, right? So what we'll do, the Air Asia, there are few probability. Let's discuss the probability. This third party company like Air Asia, Air India, SpiceJet, Indigo, they will provide the access of their database to the third party, Make My Trip or Clear Trip or Yatra.com, any of the traveling site. They provide the access of their database, and when you search anything, it will access their database and fetch the data. This is the one probability. So tell me, is this possible in the real time? No. No company will allow you to give you the access of his database. Can I give you, allow to look into my account? I will never give you, right? You can do any operation there. You can do create, delete, and fetch any important data, secure data. If I give you the access of my database, right? So this third party, this airline company will not provide the access to this third party. So this, the first probability is not work here, right? Now in the second case, this company, the flight company, what they are doing here, let's suppose Air Asia. So Air Asia, what they will do, they will create one service. They will create one service, right? Either SOAP service, either REST service. That I will come to in the next minute. So in web service, we have two types of the web service: REST web service and SOAP web service. Okay. So let's suppose the Air Asia using the, they have created the web service, that is REST web service. So Air Asia will create the web service, and they are asking to the third party company like Make My Trip, Yatra.com or Clear My Trip or any traveling site. They are asking to the third party that if you want any, want to create any data or you want to search anything, so go and connect with my web service. You don't have to connect with my database, right? So this Air Asia will create one web service, and they asking to this third party, go and connect with this web service. Whatever data you want, you will get it here. So how in the real time it's working? When you clicking on the, when you are searching the flight from Delhi to Mumbai and you click on the search, right? So this Make My Trip connect with every web service. Similarly, Air India have the on web service. Air India have on web service. Similarly, the SpiceJet having the on web service. Similarly, the Indigo having on web service. The Indigo has created on web service. Okay, so each companies has created on web service, and they are giving to the third party and asking to the third party, if you need any data, you can connect with my third party, and when you clicking on search, it will connect with the, every third party like web service, and this web service connecting to the Air Asia, their companies, Air Asia. Then their Air Asia, based on the data, what the Make My Trip user search, like they want the data from Delhi to Mumbai in the date of 16, right? So based on that data, the Air Asia provide the result to the web service, and this web service provide the result to the Make My Trip, and that result will display here in the page, in this page, right? So like that, if you need their web service, then you have to purchase their web service so that you can use. So like that, I'm not asking only Make My Trip. So what is the benefit here? They have created one service, one single web service, and they are selling that web service to the Make My Trip. Let's suppose book the flight. If I go and type book the flight, okay, if I go here and click on book the flight, here you can see GoAbo. GoAbo is there, Easy My Trip, invia.com, and Make My Trip, Easy My Trip, GoAbo, and Go Indigo, Clear Trip, Yatra.com, so Paytm.com, Insico.com, HappyEasy.com. So these all are the third party whom the AirAsia selling their product. They created one time web service and they are selling to their third party, like they are selling that product, you know, different companies like Yatra.com, right? Yatra.com and the GoAbo, right? Different company they are, you know, selling. So how they are making the money actually? Right? They have one time investment and they are selling the product, the same product to the different company. The same thing they are using, the Indigo, SpiceJet and the Air India. Right? How they are making the money in the market actually, and how they are communicating with the third party. I think if you go here, the Amazon Web Service, AWS, you can see it here, AWS Web Service. If you go here, the weather.com, if you want the weather REST API, here you can see, here you can see. So if let's suppose you want to use the check the weather of different companies, right? So you can purchase the, here you can see package and pricing. Here you can see, if anyone let's suppose you want to check the India location. In India location, let's suppose you are implementing any feature where you want to add the feature, weather feature functionality, right? If anyone is in Patna or Delhi, in Kolkata or in Hyderabad, you have to also display the temperature of that particular location, right? So in that case, or you are living in the UK or US, you want to display the UK temperature or the, you know, humanities and the moisturizer and whatever the things, right? You want to broadcast the things, you want to show that thing, right? What is the pollution, right, in this air, the oxygen level, right? So this is the one third party, the developer AccuWeather, right? So you can see it here. If you want to purchase this particular web service, you can see the here the monthly, the $25 CPM, right? You can purchase and you can implement this thing in your you can use this service in your project actually. Okay, so they have created one, and here you can see there are multiple REST APIs. The services are there, web service. If you want to check location, right, location where you know sometime you are in Delhi and you want to check the location, you don't know where I am, right? So this particular web service, if anyone is using, any companies, they can, you know, give you in which current location you are. They will, you can see, use the location key to retrieve the weather data for the forecast or current condition, right? Here you can see the forecast API, get forecast information, current condition, indices API. Here you can see the indices, right? Here you can see the different, you know, the APIs are available, which they are selling. They have created their web service. So, and the different company, they want, if they want to implement in his project, in his application, they can use this project, they can use their application, they have to purchase actually. So like that, we have the different services are there. Okay, so guys, you can mute, guys. Okay. Now here you can see, which I have explained you the same thing. I don't believe on the theoretical section. Okay, first I will explain you the practically, then as an interview purpose I will also explain the theoretical. You can see the service available over the web. The service available over the web, that is the web service, right? The method of the communication between the two application or the devices, it enable the communication platform independent. So guys, let me tell one thing, that why this web service communicating with each other here. Why this web service communicating with each other? So Air India is also making money. They are, if user will book the ticket, so they will also make the money, and Make My Trip is also making the money, right? So the web service work is to exchange the information between the two application. The same thing I have written here. Okay, this is the QA perspective diagram, the client and the web service. Guys, one more thing, if you are interested in this class, so tomorrow in the same time 8:30 to 9:30 you can join the same group. From tomorrow I will start the regular class. From tomorrow you can start, in the same time you can rejoin, right? 8:30 to 9:30 from tomorrow. And one more thing, if you are interested to continue this course, then drop the message that you are interested, so that I can consider you in the chat box. If you are not satisfied with this class, with this demo class, you can also attend couple of regular classes, 1 or 2 regular classes, and then you satisfied, then you can continue. I'm not forcing you, right? So I can understand, right? If you are satisfied, then you can continue. Right now I know if you are not satisfied, you can take 1 or 2 classes and then you can confirm me. Okay, so guys, I will take another 15 minutes. So sorry, I will take another 15 minutes. So this is the flow. This is the client where it's sending the request, and you are getting the response. Here you can see in the Make My Trip, when I clicking on the search button, so I am sending the request to the server, right? So it connect with the server and giving the response. So in basically, if you understand like a diagram, this is the client and they are sending the request to the web service, and you are getting the response. The client is getting the response. You can see the client is getting the response based on the request, right? If you go down, here is the one diagram, like this is the web service. Let's suppose any application built in PHP or other application built in Java. So the PHP can communicate with the Java, .NET can communicate with the PHP. There is, platform independent, which I have explained you here. Any language can communicate with each other if you are using the web service. That is the use of web service. Right now, service provider. Okay, let's try to understand the service provider. Service provider, who is creating the web service, who is developing the web service, that is known as a service provider. Let's suppose the Amazon company is creating the service, the web service, then Amazon is known as a service provider. A web service provider who develop the service and make it available to the internet, to the web. Here the Indigo, Air Asia, they are creating the web service. So the Air Asia is known as a service provider. They are providing the service to the third party. So this is known as a service provider, and they make it available over the internet, over the web. Okay, so there is one simple diagram. Okay, the client, let's suppose this Make My Trip. I am clicking on Delhi, Mumbai, and click on this search, right? The client is sending the request to the server, right? Server connecting to the internal implementation like database and web service, and based on that they will giving you the response. Here you can see in the display result you will get a different flight company detail, right? So you can get the response. Right now, what is there is one thing, who is the mediator here? The mediator is HTTP or internet. So let's suppose, guys, I am communicating with you. How I am communicating with you? Using the internet, using the Skype, right? So let's suppose if I not use the internet, can I hit this particular application? Hit the Flipkart or ICCI? Can I use any application if I don't have the internet? Tell me, yes or no? No, right? So can I say the medium is one of the medium is internet? One of the medium is internet. Now the HTTP is hypertext transfer protocol. Hypertext transfer protocol, HTTP. This is one of the also medium. Here, have you seen in every application they are using the HTTP. So this is known as a protocol. This is one medium to communicate with the server. If you not use this medium, right, you can't connect with the server. Even your internet is working fine. If you not use the HTTP, because they are by default staking. So if I remove this thing, right, now you can. Okay, here it's connecting, but when we do in the backend, if you not use the protocol, it will not connect with the server actually. So the HTTPS is one protocol to connect with the server. In every application you can see they are using the HTTP protocol. In every application you can see, if it is web application, you can see it here. In every application you can see. So this HTTP is known as a protocol. This is one medium. This is one medium. Okay. So guys, if you are interested, then please drop the message. In the same time, we can continue from tomorrow. Okay. So guys, I'm taking one very simple example. I think when we were kid in childhood, when we are taking the leave, like you don't want to go to school, so how you are communicating with your class teacher or your principal? You are writing one letter. So can I say that letter is one medium? That application letter is one medium to communicate with student and the teacher, right? So here to communicate with the client and server, the HTTP and internet is the medium, right? And when we were kid, right, so we are writing the application. In that application at the top, what we are writing? Dear sir or madam, and madam, right? And then subject line, right? And then the body, and then your sincerely, right? Like that you are following the format, and here you are giving the date. So if you are using the format, some format, can I use your as the top? Is that correct format? Or can I use subject at the bottom? No, we need to follow some format, correct? Same here, we need one format. That format is here, it's XML. XML is the one of the markup language, either XML or JSON, JavaScript object notation. We will discuss that thing in detail. Okay, so if you I will take another 5 minutes, guys. Do not leave the class. I will take another only 5 minutes. Here you can see different types of the web service, SOAP and RESTful. SOAP means Simple Object Access Protocol, HTTP, and we are using the method as a post. I know you are not able to understand, ignore, but try to understand. SOAP web service and REST web service we are using representational state transfer. Here the medium is HTTP, method is post, and the medium is HTTP, method is post. Here you can see. Okay, so I will not explain you SOAP right now. Let me explain you the REST service. And one more thing, in the real time, 80% company they are using the RESTful web service. Only 20% company they are using the SOAP service. In the regular class, I will explain you this thing in very detail. Okay, so here you can see in the REST service. Let me explain you this architect: uniform interface, stateless, cacheable, layer system, and the codon. Let me explain this uniform interface. Okay, so guys, when you using any URL here, right? So right now we are knowing this thing as a URL only. So let me specify this thing. This HTTP is known as a protocol, the schema protocol. After the double slash, this is up after the double slash, it is known as a base URL. Protocol plus base URL is known as a host URL. If you clicking on the flight, so after the first double slash, it is known as a resource. Right now we only know this thing as a URL. So let me split this thing, split this component. HTTP is known as a protocol. After the double slash up to first slash, it is known as a base URL. Base URL plus protocol is known as a host URL. After the double slash, it is known as a resource. Resource means what user want. User want flight, user want hotel. If I click on the hotel, you can see your resource get changed. Your host URL not changing here. The host URL means where your server is hosted. If you click on the villa, you can see only host resource is changing here, not the host URL. If you click on the train, you can see only resource is changing. Resource means what user want. What user want, right? If you click on the Delhi and you click on the Mumbai and 17 and search, right? So you can see now it displays the very long URL, right? Let's try to understand. Again repeating, HTTP is the protocol. After double slash up to first slash, it is known as a base URL. After first slash up to question mark, up to first question mark, that is known as a resource. And after the question mark, this is known as a query parameter, the query param. What user trying to search? You can see the property and the Delhi. User trying to search Delhi and the BOM is for the Mumbai and the date is 17 September. You can see. So after the first question mark, it is known as a query param. Query param. Okay. So we will discuss this thing in the regular class in more detail. This is the high level. So this is the uniform interface. Okay. So one very important thing, guys. After that, I will end this class. Okay. In the market, to do the API testing, we have different tools are available. The first tool which is majorly used in the market is the Postman tool. So as part of this course, we will learn the Postman tool for the manual testing, for the automation testing using the JavaScript code. And I will teach you the JavaScript from basic. Okay. So most of the company, the highly demand tool is the Postman. And it is open source tool. SOAP UI is the one of the also good tool for the API testing. In the market, there are multiple tools. are available to do the API testing. SOAP UI, it is the paid tool also and the open source also. And the third famous tool is the REST Assured. The REST Assured, right? If you are trying to learn the REST Assured use for the API testing, then you need to understand the Selenium. And you have to know the coding concept very well. After that, you can be a very good performance, automation tester. But if you are learning the Postman using JavaScript, only you don't have to learn much more coding. But if you want to understand REST Assured, if you are using REST Assured, then you will be know the coding, the good concept of coding you have to know. So this is the one of the also very good tool which are frequently used in the market. Depends on the company to company, project to project, they are using the REST Assured. The third one is APG, is also very good tool. JMeter is also it is famous for the performance testing, but you can do the functional testing also. Catalan, Cypress, Assertable, Tricent, Karate. So in this all the tool I have worked on SOAP UI, Postman, JMeter, APG, REST Assured. I have worked on these 5 tool in my 8 years of the experience. I have not worked on this other tool, but I know the high level. But I have worked on this 5 tool. In this 5 tool, the Postman is the very famous tool which is used in the market by the client. Okay, even the client is also using, the developer is also using. It is more easy to understand and learn and implement actually. Okay, right now here this is the UI of the Postman. Here you can see, here we are writing the collection and here we are writing the request. When you come to the regular class, I will explain you. Here you can see we are using the URL. Let's suppose you want to execute make my trip, right? So if you let me click on the flight. Let me if I inspect this element, inspect and hit the make my trip, right? Here if you go to the network section, if you go to the network section, let me check which request it's calling, which URL it's calling. It's calling to the HTTP request make my trip. I will pass that URL. What is the method here? Get. So I will select the get and I will click on send. You can see I will get the response. You can see the same response you will get it here. If you go to the response here, this response which you are getting here and which you are this is the same response. So that we will discuss in detail in the coming classes. So this is the UI of the Postman, where you can map the things, connect with the server, get the response, right? And then we will, and in the test section, if you go to the test section, here we are writing the JavaScript code. Here the JavaScript code, what are the things we have manually you have tested, same thing you want to do it, automate that thing. So for that we will use the JavaScript code and we'll try to automate. Okay, so after this thing we will also learn, after manual thing, after in the manual stuff we will discuss different requirements. The first project we will discuss, let me give you the first project thing, this one, this REST API, the first requirement we will discuss this one, the REST API. Okay, this is the requirement which you will get it from the client in the real time, this one. After that we will discuss the GitHub requirement. GitHub, this is the very good GitHub developer GitHub requirement. We will discuss this requirement also and we'll try to do the manual and the automation testing. If you go to the reference, and this is the second requirement, the project which we will discuss, repository. Let me go to the, these all are the requirement actually. So I click on the repository. So we will take the help of GitHub also, GitHub requirement. Here you can see we will discuss this requirement also as in the real time. Okay, and the third thing we will discuss the Swagger requirement. The Swagger. Let me open the Swagger requirement. Here you can see the Swagger requirement. Okay, so this is the Swagger requirement which we will discuss, and the another requirement which we will discuss, the API, this one, right? And we will also create on JSON server on service, and we'll do the practice. So total 5 project we will discuss, different project we will discuss. Okay, after that we will discuss the Jenkins, the CI/CD tool, Jenkins, the CI/CD tool, continuous integration and the continuous deployment. After creating the manual and the automation testing, we will discuss the Jenkins. Why it's not opening? Some issue there side. So we will discuss the Jenkins actually. Let me open the Jenkins here. Oh, yeah. We will discuss the Jenkins actually. This is the CI/CD tool. We will discuss the Jenkins and will generate the automation report. How it looks like, let me show you. Go to the admin and Newman. At the end, we will discuss the HTML report. How you can generate the HTML report. Here you can see. Here you can see the HTML report we can discuss. What are the things we have did in the automation testing? We will discuss that thing here. We will integrate the pipeline in the Jenkins and will generate the report at the end actually. Okay, so this report we will discuss at the end. Interview preparation, resume preparation, here you can see. Whatever the action you will do, you will discuss, generate the report. And this is the syllabus of that. So I have not gone through the syllabus actually because the things are new for you. That's why I have not gone through that. I will share this content with you. You can go through that. That's it, guys. If you are interested, then please drop the message so that I can consider you for the tomorrow class. If you are not interested, if you not drop the message, then I will consider as you are not interested. Okay, if you attend couple of the class, then you can also drop the message you are interested, so that you can attend the couple of class also. So from tomorrow I will start in the same time 8:30 to 9:30 from tomorrow. Okay, clear? Yes, guys, tell me if you have any question, then you can discuss with me.
Yeah. So what is the difference between API and web services exactly?
Yeah, that I will explain you, sir, in tomorrow class, in the regular class. Is that fine?
Sure.
Here you can
Sure.
see the web service and the API service. What is the difference? Because it's separate half an hour thing. Okay. I don't want to give you the high level. We'll discuss this thing in detail. Is that fine, sir? Okay.
Yes,
if you have any query, then let me know. From tomorrow, I will start the regular class 8:30 to 9:30. If you miss any of the class after this class, the recording session will get dumped. You can watch the recording session. Okay. Yes, sir. Tell me if you have any question. Now it's your time. If you have any question, then.
sir. What about course fees? How much are the course fees?
Yeah, course fee, sir. Currently for this batch, I have decreased actually. It's 3,000. Okay. Anyone having any other question, then let me know.
Because where we write automation code.
We will write inside the test section here, inside the request here. That
Okay,
we
so,
will discuss.
Okay, so apart from Postman, we don't require means anything, right?
No, we require the Newman, and the for the pipeline we will use the help of Jenkins only, not any other tool like Selenium things and the rest assured thing. We not require that thing, the Selenium stuff here. Okay. Okay. So if in your mind you have the query that I am not very good in the coding, can I take this course? Yes, you can. You will be the expert. So the coding part I will teach you from basic level, which are required to do the automation testing.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, link for tomorrow.
Sorry, come again, sir.
Sir, provide the link for tomorrow.
Yeah, you can join the same class, same class, same link. Okay.
Okay.
Same link you can join from tomorrow. Same link, guys, you can join it from tomorrow.
And
Same
one
link.
more thing, how to take the records to our computer, our local system.
Okay, right now I don't have
Yeah, you can
recording
tell
here.
me tomorrow. You can tell me tomorrow. No issue that.
Okay, otherwise I can show you of the other batches, like I have the other batches class.
Yeah.
So here you can see, let me show you this performance testing class recording. Here you can see and save it. Okay.
Okay, 7. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, any other having question, then let me know. I am here. Otherwise, you can quit the call and you can continue your work. If you are interested, then please drop the message you are interested so that I can consider you. From tomorrow, we will again start from the whatever we have discussed today also as regular classes. Okay.
Okay. Sir, could you please provide your mobile number?
Yeah. Let me drop it here in the chat box. Okay, if you have want to discuss, let me 798650365. Here you will get the full knowledge, guys, because I know the real time. I have worked on a lot of things, right? So that thing I can provide you the real time project knowledge, which is working, not the theoretical and take one example and my work is done. I'm not that type of the person. I will explain you until unless if you are not able to understand, I will not go proceed further. Okay. So I'm just like you. I don't have much more experience, not the 20 years experience, 15 years experience. I have only the more than only 8 years of experience. But in 8 years of experience, I have learned a lot of things, right? In the real times, I have designed a lot of architect. Okay. So you can discuss with me, you can behave me like as a friend, right? And I will help you, to upgrade your thing. Okay. So thank you, sir. If you are interested, please drop the message. If you have any query, then let me know. I am here for another 10 minutes. You can discuss with me. This is the doubt session class. You can discuss with me. Okay. If you don't have any query, then you can quit the call and you can continue your work. If you have any query, then let me know. I'm here another 10 minutes. Otherwise, you can continue your work. You can quit the call and continue. So thank you guys. Have a nice day. If you have any query, then let me know. If you are interested, then drop the message that you are interested. Okay. In the query session, we will not discuss any new concept. We will only discuss the query. Yeah, what software we will use? We will use the software tool as a Postman to do the API testing. Okay, and regarding the application, we'll use different application like this particular application. This is related to the booking any site, anything like this is the booking site actually, booking application. And we'll also understand the weather application. We'll also understand the Jetpack store where you can book the things like the reptiles things. Okay, so we have multiple real-time project which we will discuss, which we will do the practice. And as a application wise, we will use only Postman tool for the manual and the automation testing using the JavaScript. Okay.
Only the basic of Java here and the Postman tool we are using. That's it. No other.
JavaScript. Here we will not use Java or C#, any other language. We will use the scripting language as a Java. right? It depends on the tool to tool, sir. If you are using SOAP UI tool, in the SOAP UI you have to use Groovy script, right? In the Postman you are using JavaScript. Depends on to project which tool they are using. If you are using SOAP UI, then you have to use Groovy script. If you are using JMeter, then you have to use Java, right? If you are using REST Assure, then you can use the multiple language, like depends on the project, like Java or C#, or the Python or PHP. You can use it here. Okay.
Okay, so for
Depends on the tool.
performance testing, JMeter we're using, but we will use Java there, right?
Yeah, we are for the coding purpose we will use Java. The JMeter is the pure Java based platform, actually, Apache JMeter.
Okay.
That batch I have already started. Already I have taken 4 to 5 classes. Saturday, Sunday. Right? Any other question? No? Okay then, guys, have a nice day, and we'll meet tomorrow again in the same time. Take care. Okay, if you are interested, then drop the message so that I can consider you for the class. Thank you. Bye bye. Any update I will drop in this group, actually. Any update regarding the class I will drop in this group. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
माझ्या घरात तुला सांगितलं मी आता निघालोय तर मला उशीर झाला तुला म्हणलं उशीर होणार